Everyone.
Okay, hi, Dr. Aloysius. Morning. All right. Okay. So hi everyone. So very good morning. Okay. So first of all, I'm Fu from UC Tunggal Raman. So I will be your MC for this talk for today. So first of all, welcome everyone to today's web dinner. The topic of the web dinner today, okay, immerse technology AR for education. All right, so thank you for taking out time and being with us here today. All right, so before we start, okay, we have given the sign in sign out link. Okay, maybe later. Okay, will be posted in the chat room. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hope you can see me. All right. Okay. All right. So the later on the link will be posted on the chat box. Okay. For especially for UTAR staff. Okay. You may sign in and sign out for the link to claim the CPD point, as well as for UTAR students. Okay. You also may fill out the link to claim the USSDC point. All right. And then if you have any question, all right, so please leave the question at the chat box. All right. So and I will later on after the talk I will maybe Dr. Aloysius will look into the chat box for the question. Right. So let's welcome today's speaker, Dr. Aloysius Yapp. Okay. So Dr. Aloysius is assistant professor in Department of Game Studies, Faculties of Creative Industrial. Okay, in under our UC Tunggal Rahman Sungai Long campus. He is also the chairperson of the Center for Immersive Technology and Creativity, CITC. Okay, he completed his postgraduate study in School of Arts, University Science Malaysia, Penang. He is an active researcher involving in research immersive technology for heritage and culture preservation. Okay, so without further ado, Dr. Aloysius, are you ready?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so the ground is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah, so I would like to share my screen. So you can see my screen. You please give me a thumb up. Yeah, beautiful.
All right.
Okay, beautiful. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, can. So far, good. All right.
Okay, thanks everyone for your time today. So basically, I'm Aloysius Yapp. Okay. Before I start, I would like to thank the organizing committee. Okay. From KLESF, we have Ms. Lee Wen Zhen. And from our on-site, we have Ms. Chia Messi, Dr. Fu, Ms. Kalai, Ms. Lin Chaki, Mr. Vo Kiang Kwan. Okay. So thanks for your time and thanks for your effort and hard work to make this thing happen. Okay. I'm Aloysius Yapp. You can scan that QR code, then you can see that what is my background. Like just now, Dr. Fu already soft intro for me. So thanks, and then you can see more inside. Yeah. I'm from Center for Immersive Technology and Creativity, CITC. I'm also from Department of Game Study, FCI, Faculty of Creative Industries, and from University of Kuala, here, Utah. So FAM, okay, what is that? My interest, my hobby, whatever you can name it, is in film, anime, and manga. So I mean to say everything is about entertainment, yeah, everything about entertainment. So this is my soft introductory. Okay, this is our Center for Immersive Technology and Creativity. For information, we've got 34 resource center in Utah at this moment. And then this is one of the center we are dealing with. Actually, we are playing with all the technology that what we have at this moment. Yeah. And this is our campus in Selangor, okay, Sungai Long campus. So the center is stationed here. Yeah, for example, now is a pandemic, we are going virtual and online. And our center, we have all this. We got this is just some briefing about our center, yeah, so that you know better that when we try to present to you later on, then you know we are going to the research and also some of the project related to immersive technology. So what we have is that we have immersive tech team, ITT, AR, VR. We got digital archiving, programming cluster. We got research, writing cluster, publication. We also have creative output for new media and web-based solution. Reach out exhibition. For example, we have a team. We always go out for MLM, KLESF, the Kuala Lumpur Engineering and Science Fair, also public awareness campaign, and also sharing and for webinar, for example, like what I'm trying to do for today. We also very actively participated in all this grant and consultancy project. Yeah. Our members are almost like we are from a creative industry background. We also have a member from engineering. We also have social sciences prepare also. We also have communication expert. Yeah. And our framework for sure, you need to know, because I know after I refer to a lot of questions, then I hope within this 1 hour, I managed to cover most of the question, yeah, whatever I can reach through the registration, yeah. So framework, like what we have is AR/VR, and if you guys want to know how we try to implement our research, this is our framework. We are involving in virtual heritage, we call V heritage. Also have digital archiving, mostly about cloud computing. We also apply a game AR engine in our presentation. Also like our learning technology. Yeah, we work out with some of the research center, for example, Center for Learning Technology. Yeah. Okay, roughly like what project we have is that we have the VR walkthrough, the Longhouse. If you are very familiar with my presentation from physical until like online or virtual, you know our center is mostly into this project, the Ivan Longhouse. We also have a Malay Longhouse. We also have virtual tourism for like virtual guided walkthrough. And we also try to play around with 360 panoramic project. And this whatever we are trying to present today to you guys more to virtual education. Yeah. For AR for education later on, I'll try to discuss more in this particular area. Okay, AR for medical sciences. We also potentially we want to collaborate in this project, virtual lab, virtual clinic, and virtual operating theater. Yeah. Okay. As curious begin on for the future, everybody will always like very curious about whatever happened, whatever in front. So we are trying to find patterns so can predict future outcomes. Okay. For example, the driving force to shape almost all aspects of the future of our civilization actually is what we call it technology. Okay. So the technology I want to share with you today is mostly like what we're playing around in our center is this immersive technology. Okay. I hope today, okay, after today's presentation to you all, you know that actually AR is not a brand. Okay, VR also not a brand. Okay, MR also not a brand. But what those things, they're what we call XR, extended reality. We are a research center. That's why if you read through our that's how the sharing at the beginning, I told you we are going around to do sharing. We are doing those what we call the public awareness sharing. Yeah, mostly about like because of now, you know, like because of the pandemic, a lot of people they go online, and then a lot of technology get involved. Okay, so those technology, maybe everybody they also confused what is this, what is that. So I hope by using the knowledge and also technology we have in our center, we'll go around to tell the world or to tell the public or to tell the society that what is all this immersive technology about. So whatever you guys used to see like VR, AR, and then I know MR is quite like alienated acronym for everybody. But I hope by today, I can manage to try to share with you something about AR because of this is our topic for today. And everything you combine together, we call XR or what we know as a extended reality. So I hope after this section, then you guys got better understanding about these few things. So please bear with me for today. We are not going for the workshop. We are not trying to show you the hand-on thing. It's like a webinar. We just give you some information. We hope in future we can have more section for all the different aspect in terms of AR. Okay, our center we involved in VR since 2013. Okay, for our Longhouse, and also then after 2013 we started our augmented reality product. Okay, we used to try to go for KLESF. We used to go for KLESF to showcase first our product. Yeah, and then 2021 we are involving in mixed reality. Okay, so this is the journey that our center we get involved with. Okay, you want to see that what we had before is our VR project. You can scan this QR code and you can go to our social media platform. Then you can see whatever going on there. Yeah. Okay. So I would like to share with everybody today that holographic and augmented reality is not the same. Whatever you guys can see is a holographic projection. I know that this is the most like for all the product launching. If you used to see some of the shops in the shopping mall before the pandemic, okay, while you still can visit, sometimes you can see something projected from a device. Then you guys thought it's a AR or whatever. But that one for us is just a holographic projection. Yeah. So augmented reality, the one is very famous. Everybody know about it is Pokemon Go. So yeah, for sure you are not only like playing with this augmented reality. Sometimes your phone also can play some of the filters that you can put some of the funny faces and whatever appeared in front of your friends or of your family members or whoever in front. Then you can put in front. Then the face will become like something else. So that one also we consider as augmented reality technology. Okay, what's augmented reality? Augmented reality is AR, okay, or AR, okay, an acronym AR is a visual and also sometimes interactive experience in the real world environment where the objects in the real world are augmented by computer-generated perceptual information. So what it means is like, for example, you like the photo showing is when you go to the exhibition, yeah, and then you want to see the giraffe how it look like. So sometimes they can project for you, so they augment the reality, whatever in front of you, you cannot see anything. But when you try to get a device to support you, then you can see something. For example, you're using the iPad. Yeah. Okay, augmented reality. Another thing you can see always like what we call the IKEA market now. You can use their phone, whatever. You can have the accurate 3D registration function that you can get it. Okay, augmented reality can define as a system that fulfills these three basic features. You want to know if that is an AR or not, then you must determine this by using these three particular basic features. Combination of the real and virtual world. Okay, the real-time interaction, you must interact real-time. Accurate 3D registration of virtual and real objects. Okay, just this 3D, if you know about 3D very well, you know it's XYZ. Okay, so by using these three, then you can indicate whether that is the AR technology or not. Yeah. Okay, the overlay sensory information can be constructive, additive, and to the real environment. Yeah, that's why you can see sometimes a lot of people they addicted to the AR technology, but yet they don't know actually they addicted. But they all try to deny it, but actually they seriously addicted to that technology, especially when they play around with the Pokemon Go. If you use to be one of us or one of them, they're playing around and searching around, searching around and then just move around chasing the games. So this is what I think a lot of the young generation now, they used to experience that before. Okay, it can be disruptive, meaning that the natural environment is a must to show virtual objects. Augmented reality alters the perception of the real world environment with a simulated one. So you can imagine. I think if you follow this Pokemon Go news, you know that somebody they dropped themselves inside the river, they dropped themselves inside the drain, they have a crash on the road. Okay, it's because this is what it means by disruptive. Okay, so okay, another example you guys can think about it, afterlife. Okay, think about this. If you want to know more about this, maybe after this presentation you can ask me more about what I mean by afterlife. Yeah. Okay. Before I continue, I will show you, because it's now still early in the morning, like around 10:30. So I would like to show you some videos which I try to compile from YouTube. And then you can see basically what you can understand about all this technology, especially when they combine together, how it look like. Yeah. So I'll give you a video for a while. Okay. So that's how it's a video which you can understand. Basically, when we put all the thing together, you can have this what we call extended reality. Especially the very important element inside there is the augmented reality, the content inside there. So okay, you play games, right? I hope everybody used to play games, especially with the AR technology, which are now very famous is the Pokemon Go. Yeah. And then AR for gaming. So you can see that this is where they try to implement. If you know about Pokemon Go, okay, you know Pokemon is from the comic, and so it's from what we call the manga, and after from anime, and after that they upgrade to become the games, and at last they manage to engage with this AR technology. Then it create a very big hoo-ha during that time. That everybody they're chasing, especially in front of our campus before the pandemic. You can see a lot of people they always gather around because they know there's a certain very important and also significant monster come out. That's why they need to chase that monster. Yeah, and some of them until they chase until they crash with the vehicles. Yeah. Okay, so basically, like when we want to talk about this AR for education, this is the thing you guys need to understand. Our research center, this is our focus, edutainment, the education plus entertainment. Okay, you bear in mind. Okay, so because what we believe, you had fun. Okay, when you got education plus entertainment, you had fun. In fact, in this moment, when you have fun, then you learn something. Okay, you try to recall back your childhood, or when you try to play games in the park or in the theme park, then you had fun. Then you always can remember it, and you always can remember it. So this is what we try to work very closely with Center for Learning Technology. We are trying to look into this particular aspect. Okay, entertainment, education plus entertainment. Okay. Okay, add on one more for your learning experience. It's cool, right? For example, for example, our center, if we put games inside your whole learning process, that is a very cool practice. Okay? So now what I would like to share with you, okay, I know when I refer to some of the questions that you guys will ask me about, what is this, what is that, and then is our technology mature enough, or is our system is mature enough in our country? Okay, let me share with you one thing. Okay, when we deal with AR, okay, when we deal with all these extended reality, we talk about cloud computing. Okay, we talk about cloud. So the only thing we need to try to boost up is our internet bandwidth. So by using that everything is possible. So I always share, we'll go around and also online or physical. I always tell people that if you can deny whatever we have now, it will be a history. You know, so everything we call it future is just a finger touch. You enter the button, that's it. Then you can go to whatever, okay, what we call like the Neverland or whatever you guys can name it. Okay, then you can see whatever you want inside there. You explore by yourself. Okay, so let's go. Okay, for AR. Yeah. Okay, let's go for AR. Yeah, AR in movie and films. Okay, let me share with you one thing. Yeah, this is what, because you must remember the first slide I shared with you is FAM. My background is with the cinematography. Okay, for BA. Master for animation, and then my PhD is for visual art and also new media and in fine art. Okay, So roughly, this is what I'm playing around. 1976, you know that there's a movie we call Star Wars. Okay, whatever stated in Star Wars is whatever we have now. Holographic lah, AR lah, okay, VR lah, whatsoever you can name it. A droid, okay, AI, whatever you can name it. In 1976, people already come out with this conceptualization, and our job now is not only visualization; we make it happen. Okay. So this is, for example, some of the movie. I don't think you guys don't know this. I know this is a very famous movie. The right one, the left one is not launching yet. Okay, the right one, you know that. So I know it's Iron Man. So the inside whatever, it try to talk to the Jarvis actually. Okay, that is a AR technology when it's implemented. Okay, let me share with you one movie from Netflix also. Okay, and then you can understanding how they try to apply this AR in the also. Okay, how they try to play around with this?
대부분의 사람들은 아람브라 궁전을 보러 그라나다에 온다. 그러나 나는 다른 걸 보러 여기에 왔다. 아람브라보다 더 신비로운 것. 봤어?
봤어요. 대박인데요, 이거?
나도. 나는 이.
Okay. One, if you use to watch this drama or whatever, yeah, it's very dramatic, and also you will enjoy the whole story. But the most important thing is they are talking about AR, augmented reality. That is when I get shocked with AR because I watch this drama. Then I have a very strong confidence that one day we can achieve that. For sure, we cannot use contact lens. For sure, we cannot use contact lens. Okay, so basically, like what you can have is you can have that, and then you need to have device to help you. Okay. So at this moment, okay, this is something for you guys to think about. Okay, this is something for you guys to think about. When we talk about how we talk about it, let me see. Hold on. When we talk about this technology, okay, and basically you already can see we have that device. For example, like HoloLens, and also like Google Glass. Now they launched the Google Glass 2. Okay, and then we know that there's somebody that can use this device for them to fly. So when we plug these two, in future, it's not a future, no. In the near future, maybe we can have this, but this is just for you guys to get some, get some cool down before we move to the more serious discussion. Yeah? Okay, today's topic. Now, okay, I hope everybody you already can have basic understanding about what is AR, augmented reality. And then please bear with me that we are not talking about any brand. We're talking about the technology. So whatever I tell you the extended reality. Okay, inside extended reality, we have virtual reality, VR, we have augmented reality, AR, and also we have a mixed reality, MR. Okay, so everything we put it together, we are under what we call the immersive technology. Okay, that's why this is why we involved in this because we are from this center, and I also enjoy, and I told you I had fun, for this. So now we are going for our today's topic. It's about immersive technology for education. Before that is our intro, our brief to let you know so that you can have more understanding that you won't miss out with holographic projection or whatever. Okay, but if holographic projection is a part, is an element in the augmented reality. Okay. Okay, this is one of the articles. It's very interesting. Okay, very interesting. So I hope you guys can go to have a look. Okay, the title is what the shift to virtual learning could mean. Okay, for the future of higher education. Yeah. Okay, this is the part that, for example, right now. Okay, as you can see, the coronavirus pandemic is forcing the global experimentation with remote teaching. There are many indicators that this crisis is going to transform many aspects of life. Education could be one of them. Remote teaching proves to be a success. Okay, so it's from this Vijay Govind Darajan and also Anup Srivastava. You can see you want to have more, you can go to type up this title and you can read more. Okay, then you know what we are trying to focus in. Okay. Okay, despite a common misbelief, AR technologies offer so much more than chasing for Pokemon around town. So this is the old man which I salute. Okay. That's why you can see I have a salute emoji here. Yeah, because of you can imagine that he chased around the Pokemon, make it so serious to become like his lifetime achievement or goal or aim. So this is what the AR technology can make people addictive. You used to listen to what I shared with you from the beginning. Then I said it's very addictive. So somebody, when they cannot come out from the virtual environment, this is what happened. I'm not saying like good or bad, but for me, if it's a place for you to chase your dream or whatever, that's a good practice actually. So this is one of the misunderstanding that AI technology only for you to chase Pokemon around the world, around the town, but it's not. Okay, let me share with you more. Okay, so AR for education is more the collaborative experimental learning and teaching experience. Okay, so you must remember one thing. Why we want to apply AR in our education system is because we are talking about collaborative experiment and also experimental learning and teaching, no longer spoon feeding. Yeah. So why I told you that from that article is very important. You have to read through. Okay, we have to do remote teaching. We have to do remote learning. There's nothing for us to argue about it because of the pandemic. Okay, because of this COVID-19 everywhere. Now we have to make sure that we have to stay safe. But we need to continue our learning process. So what we have to do, we have to apply a lot of technology to help to enhance the quality and also the learning experience, also the teaching experience. So let me tell you one thing, because I saw some of the people go around to always share a lot about is that possible for us to 100% commit to like all this immersive technology that we don't have any face-to-face session? Okay, for this discussion, okay, I would like to make the statement very clear. Okay, for our discussion, when we engage with immersive technology, okay, when we engage with immersive technology, we are talking about those things are in virtual, okay, and then without the time and without the space, okay. We only talk about virtual space. We also talk about the real time in the virtual environment. Okay? So I mean to say we can do collaborative and experimental learning through, like for example, somebody they are in US, somebody they are in Japan, somebody they are in Malaysia. We still can do the study together. Okay? We can do the study together. This is what we call collaborative learning and teaching experience. Please take note, yeah. Okay, AR gives students the privilege to see, observe, and feel at the same time while learning. Okay? Imagine the impacts of the content that interact with your students' sights and feeling. So I mean to say the student can explore. This is what we call experimental learning. So they need to experiment or they need to explore. Okay? So this is the purpose for the immersive technology. The immersive technology, okay, somebody will ask me, how we try to encourage them. Bear in mind that this generation you are dealing with now, especially they're in secondary school or in the primary school, you don't have to teach them how to use phone, or we call smartphone. These people, they come with that, okay? They know how to use that phone. I used to see a lot of young kids, okay? They can't even speak to you correctly, okay? But they know how to use the phone. This is the experience, I know. Even though now it's like MCO or whatever, sometimes you also can go to dine in some of the restaurant or whatever, or during MCO or during MCO. Or before that, you can see all the young kids when they sit down in the restaurant, then directly they'll cut out with the phone, and then they know how to operate it. Yeah. So this is the thing you guys know. You don't have to be worried. They know how to use the phone. Yeah. Okay. AR in education help the student achieve better results through the visualization and also like full immersion in the subject matter. Okay. So what I mean by achieve the better result is not ABC. Okay. It's not 100% or whatever. What I mean is they can get more visualization, okay, also full immersion in the subject matter. Instead of reading theory about something, they can see it with their own eyes. You don't have to explain a lot of concept to them. You don't have to explain a lot of theory to them. You let them explore that particular device what we call the mobile devices. Because I don't want to tell them whether smartphone or what. Because there's a lot of people, there's a tab, there's an iPad, there's a mobile phone, or there's a smartphone. So I just generally tell you that is the mobile devices. Okay. Okay, and then we call it practical learning. Okay, we call it practical learning. The student, like for example, we are involving in and all these are higher education in pedagogy. Exploration, also they are doing collaborative study and learning. Okay, and also like we are the lecturer, we are the teacher, we are trying to facilitate them. So we try to make sure them they can fulfill and enhance their learning experience. Okay, and then next slide. Okay. Through the augmented reality, educators are able to improve learning outcomes through the increase of engagement, also the interactivity. Okay. So we are trying to encourage the members, the whoever they involved in this, to interact to each other by using whatever devices we have. And because you must remember that all the devices in front, we have the lip motion, we have the gesture study, we have the motion sensor, so that they can make you guys try to interact with the object or whatever you can see from your devices. Okay. Augmented reality AR and education features aspects that enhance learning of abilities like problem solving, collaboration, and creation to better prepare students for the future. Yeah? AR is a part of like a larger extended reality. That's why I always explain to you. For extended reality, usually there's a VR, there's a MR, and also there's a VR. So then you know that which also include VR and also MR technologies. And then you must remember that the augmented reality enhance the real world environment with text, sounds, effect, graphics, and multimedia. Sometimes you can have 2D, 3D. 2D mean to say two-dimensional, 3D mean to say like 3D dimensional, computer-generated imagery, so that they can make your learning experience become like more like you can have a lot of fun. That's what I want to tell you. There's a lot of fun. What we can understand is that every time you learn something, you do something, you can have fun, then you can remember it always. Okay, it's not only like like when you by heart something and then you finish your exam, then that's it. You cannot remember whatever sometimes, but you will try to play around. That's why I would tell my members and also my students, we involved in this industry, we involved in this animation, games, and films, and whatever industry. Okay, you name it. Then we are involving in the fun industry. Yeah, you must have fun. Yeah. Okay. In other words, the AR brings us an enriched vision. Okay, a version of our immediate surroundings by layering digital content on top of the graphic representation of the real world. Okay, I hope you used to see all these books in like some of the bookstore, MPH, Popular, that you normally they like to put it for like all the science study. You can see some of them, like for example, like human body. You try to open it up, then you use your phone. They ask you to they ask you to scan a QR code, or they ask you to upload. They ask you to try to install this app from the store. Okay, then after that you can try to project on that particular page. Then something pop up. Okay, that is what we call the AR technology for certain purposes. Okay, for certain purposes. Whether you can interact or not is another story. Yeah, whether you can interact or not is another story. This is what I want to tell you. There's a layering function. What we have that in all these apps and all these like development kit that we are trying to do all the layering to put another item on top of it. Actually, it's a layering. Okay, the physical book is there. The physical book is there. Then there's a two types. One, you use a marker. The other type, you use a QR code. So we need to set the marker. Okay, we need to set the marker. That's why they need you to install the app that what they have, because of the app only they can recognize that marker. Yeah. So this is what something related to the AR technology that what we have. And then for sure they have to have the accurate 3D recognition system. Okay. Yeah. Okay, some of the people, they will ask me about the hardware. Okay, and I also told them what basically we have. Okay, for example, a smartphone. You can use a smartphone. The most basic setup what you need to experience the AR. Okay, experience is by using a smartphone, like whatever smartphone you have. Now you realize that I'm talking about smartphone. I'm not talking about mobile phone. I'm not talking about handphone. Okay, now is the generation we call smartphone. You have to remember, it's a small little computer inside your phone. That's it. So there's a lot of function inside there. There's a lot of functions inside there. One of the functions which allow you, okay, they allow you to do this, to let you experience the AR experience inside there. Okay, for sure, if you have a budget, then you can go for the AR hardware. We call the AR glasses. Like for example, like you can get it from Microsoft HoloLens, you can get it from Google Glass, and also like arguably that this more convenience for the delivering of AR to consumers. Okay, so you must remember, if you want to have hand-free, like impossibly you always use your hand to hand on something, but now we want to do it hand-free. So hand-free, we have to go for the AR glasses. Okay. Okay, the AR content generated with AR software. Okay, and then like what we use is our Unity. Okay, and also like Vuforia. Okay, and now which is still mostly developed for the specific AR hardware vendor and also often sold with an AR hardware kit. Okay. Augmented reality in education and also training has a wide array of users and also enables its adopters to learn on the go using real-time instructions. Okay, for example, like what I always use is like VPA and also Laya. You can test it. Okay, like what we name it as like this. You can see the first sentence. The AR content is generated by the AR software. Okay, which is still mostly developed for a specific AR hardware, vendor also often sold with an IR hardware kit. Okay, so as a research center, what we call CITC, we involve in immersive technology. We create our own. We try to create our own content. Okay, our own content. For example, we don't rely on any specific hardware. This is what we are. This is what our challenge is all about. We are trying to create the content which you can use by using different brand of like smartphone to generate your AR content. So this is what we are trying to do because we are from a research center. This is one of our challenge, one of our aim. Okay, well, starting from 2018 onwards. Yeah, this is our one of our team. AR VR team 1 and 2. We are trying to look into this solution at this moment. Yeah, and then the other thing is we must make sure that we are using it real time. Okay, we are using it real time. Mean to say, whatever projected in front of you, that is real time. Even though it's in the virtual in the real environment plus the virtual content. You imagine this. This is a very, very catchy part for you to understand about augmented reality. Okay. Okay, augmented reality in a classroom. Okay, if you ask me about what you can do in a classroom. Okay, this is what we can do. Probably the most popular application for augmented reality education is use the AR apps to directly in the classroom. For example, you can use what I know is you can use a snapshot. You can use a snapshot. Yeah, the one. Then you also can use augment. You also can use Blipa and Laya, like what I shared with you just now. Okay, so yeah, I also used to encounter. I had to back to this slide for a while. Okay. This one, the software. Yeah, I also used to encounter this question that what type of how they try to learn, what type of courses they have to take, how they try to start, and what type of platform they have to engage with. The first thing you need to bear in mind that the software we're using is Unity. It's what we call the engine. It's not a software. It's an engine. It's a game engine that we are trying to get into with. So it's a very specific, and you need to learn a certain thing and for you to understand about that platform before you go for the build. That's why if you want to know that, that one we have maybe in a future discussion, maybe we will next who knows, I'll try to elaborate more from there. Yeah. So you want to know about that. Yeah. And then in this case, okay, they can help the teacher to explain the subject and provide a visual representation of the material and help students test out their knowledge and practice. So I mean to say, like when you have the AR apps, okay, nowadays there's a lot of AR apps in the market, and also like in the store. You just go there, you just type AR apps. You can see a lot there, so it can let you use all the free content item. Only like specific, for example, premium item, maybe you need to purchase. If not, then you can use whatever is there. Then you can try to enhance the study by using your phone, by using the tab, or by using the iPad, whatever you name it, the mobile devices or laptop, So this is now it's very convenient for you to experience this, yeah, if you know how to go to the store. Yeah. Okay, distance learning. For example, we are talking about the remote learning, distance learning, what we are trying to do for this few semester, especially from our university. By using augmented reality, students can learn even outside the classroom. Okay, what's more, okay, online or distance learning can be easier and more efficient with AR-aided educational materials. So this is one of the very interesting points that you must remember, that since we have a lot of apps now in the market, especially in the store, okay, it's not hard for you to get all the apps. You just download it and you want to purchase, you purchase. You don't want to use the free beta version or whatever version they give you there, and then you can experience it. You can use that. You can use the content, try to include in your teaching kit. Then you can enhance that. So basically, I can see a lot of content related to science studies. Yeah, science studies. That's why our research center try our best to try to develop something else. For example, we are trying to mostly go for the heritage, because this is our main focus, heritage and cultural preservation practice. But we're also talking about this with this Center for Learning Technology. We hope that we also can contribute the technology to their pedagogy practice there. Yeah. Okay. And for marketing in education, for example, there's a huge potential in AR technologies for marketing and also like advertising, even in the education field. Okay, a number of universities, USA, United States of America, that are already using AR tools to increase enrollment and also help new students find a way around the campus. Okay, so this is also another way for you to try to enhance, use augmented reality for them to go inside, and then you can use a 360 panoramic visual to integrate with the system, and then they can go inside to just scroll here, scroll there. Like for example, you guys like to swap on top of of your devices, mobile devices. This is what they try to do. And also we can implement it for the marketing also. Like for example, you can see IKEA market. They try to show you if you want to purchase that sofa, then what you have to do. You can just scan your own house, and you can put that sofa there. As long as your phone have the 3D registered, accurate 3D register system. Okay, so that they know that XYZ, then they can get exactly. Okay, that is the location. That's the place you want to place that sofa. Then they can measure for you. Okay, there's another app they call Measures. Okay, if you use the Apple product, maybe they already incorporate in the product, so you can measure you can measure virtually your area and also your space. So this is one of the apps that we go around in the marketing also. Yeah. Okay, and then now we go to museum. Okay, AR is increasingly used to enhance the museum experience for today's audience that crafts and interactivity. Okay, by adding AR content to objects like paintings or painting or sculptures or painting or sculptures, and after the historic artifacts, and after that documents, and also the architectural monuments, museums can create more engagement and also boost the visitors' interest in the artistic and also the cultural heritage. So you can see, instead of you ask somebody to talk to you, okay, minutes from word to words, and then better you explore by yourself. You wear the glasses or you use your phone, then the team project out, then you scan it. For sure, they put one marker for you. They're telling you there's an AR technology applied here. So you just scan that, and after that you can see something pop up from in front of you. And then if you go to the museum, sometimes you can see some holographic projection there, is it? And so that is one of the elements for AR, but you cannot interact. Interact. They think they won't project out. They won't have any UI. They won't have any user interface. They just let you see some of the, like for example, people walking in a cave. How the caveman walk, how the caveman try to let out the fire. Okay, then you can see something look like that in the museum, but that's not the AR technology yet. So you need to use the AR technology to support all this. Okay. You're wrong there. Hello. To the full. Okay. Should I continue to the full?
Yeah, continue.
Continue.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so now I'll continue. Yeah. Okay. Augmented reality in healthcare education. Yeah. Healthcare education, augmented reality and medical education is usually applied to help learners study through the interactive visual representations, create simulations, and train medical students and practice surgery or other medical procedures on virtual patients. So you see, because this thing is about, this is one of the very serious study. Okay, let's just study. So if the student cannot have well prepared, you cannot, if we are not well prepared. Okay, so it's very dangerous for the patients. Yeah? So before they can engage with the physical environment and also physical tools. Okay, augmented reality can help them. Okay, to help them to understand the location of this particular organ and this particular that. And after that, they also can project it. For example, they want to help the nurse how to get the nerve for them to do some of the injection or whatever. They also can use this technology to help the project on top by using the another layer to put the augmented reality content on top of your hand so that they can find the nervous system. So this is one of the advantages. This is one of the technology this is one of the function which the technology can help, especially for the healthcare education. Yeah. Okay, augmented reality in military training. See, military sector offers some of the most impressive examples of augmented reality education. AR can emulate an environment which closely resembles the setting where soldiers are expected to operate. Okay, this is one of the very important things I need to share with you, because in my previous during my time in the universities, I used to join army for 3 years, and then I knew that this is one of the very important technology which can be applied in the military training. Because I just give you one very simple example. During my time, one M16 bullet, if I'm not mistaken, it's around like RM4 ringgit something. Okay, you imagine every time we go to shoot this, how many magazines we had to bring? Okay, basically, each of us we need to have around maybe 4 magazines. Okay, each magazine we got around 18 bullets, because 20 bullets we're gonna put until 20. We only can have 18 to preserve that spring function. Okay, so you imagine this costs a lot. Okay, costs a lot. But AR technology, when AR technology come in, these soldiers, or the military personnel, what they can do, they can use the AR environment. Okay, we can do the simulation for them, so they can shoot inside. until they can get the correct accuracy. Maybe there's a score for them to achieve. So when they achieve their score, the target setting, when they have achieved, then only they can go to the actual physical field for them to do the shooting exercise. So then you can reduce a lot of costs. But this is one of the benefit if you engage with out of immersive technology, for example, augmented reality. Augmented reality also can help you guys, because that's why I already show you that videos. Okay, the videos already show you how they try to go through it. Okay, you ask me, so what is the AR code on top of the gun? There is for them to track. Okay, when you go inside there's a lot of camera to track them. Okay, so that when they send the signals, the sensor send the signals to the laptop, to the station, then they can see their location. Then from there they'll project. They'll send back that information back to the bag. You can see they wear the bag. The bag actually is the entire hard disk. The hard disk for them to process whatever the computer has been computed and also calculated for them to see. So that's why we call virtual environment with the real-time practice. Okay, remember this, huh? Okay, so how about manufacturing? How about all this like related to engine, related to our, like for example, our faculty of engineering? Okay, this is what you can see. The visual already show you. Like for example, some of the most spectacular examples of how augmented reality can be used in education can be found in manufacturing sector. Okay, like you want to test, you want to train people. Okay, when the AI come into your augmented reality system, okay, then your trainers, they know how to operate that particular system very well. They know where this location, they know where to put this screw, they know how to remove that. Everything is settled inside that particular system. And then you just need to wear the AR glasses, for example, augmented reality for AR glasses like HoloLens. So this is what we are trying to do. And this, well, we hope that we can engage with this one day. It's one of the very, very important practice for augmented reality at this moment. Yeah. So only engage with some of the very big mobile, like automobile industry. They'll try to engage with this system because the setting up for the entire system is very costly. But when you have that system, we only need to do maintenance. We only need to do upgrading. Yeah. Okay, so whatever I try to share with you is from this. I try to summarize and try to get some points from him. It's from Aloysius Karimov, CEO at Eastern Peak. So if you want to know more about whatever I try to share with you, you can go ahead and try to find more about this guy. Okay, Aloysius Karimov. Okay, this is some of the things you can have a look. Okay, like what I tell you share with you, you can go to have a look. All this is a courtesy from all this. Yeah, you can go to have a look. Okay, so what basically we have in our research center at this moment, we try our best to engage with all these education purpose, the education sectors. Like in this particular pictures or image is what we have is like when what is this particular thing? What we try to state here is this piece of paper. Okay, it's just a piece of paper. You imagine when you try to distribute a flyer. For example, I have a research center. I want to distribute a flyer to someone. Okay, and someone for sure they are not interested. They throw away. Is it? Then become the waste. So for us, we want to. This is about the green technology, green technology, green engineering, and then about the recycle practice, so that the people they won't throw away your paper. That paper itself is a marker. So you have to show them when you have that flyer. You show them when you use your phone or you use your AR glasses. You have it. Then when you point it, you install that. You install the app. Then you try to point it on top of the paper. Then they project website. They project video. They project a lot of things for you to explore. What we call the user interface. Then you can go to explore. Then you can learn more about this research center. Okay, this is why we need to apply the AR technology on top of whatever you call it as a material. But for us we call marker. Okay, in AR technology we call everything as a marker. We can mark the human. We can mark. Then the technology behind it actually we call it as a visual recognition. Okay, or image recognition. Okay, so when you have all this to support you, then you can easily for you to explore the beauty of AR technology. Okay? We also use the Augment app to help us to augment our project. One of our project is this. Okay. We have our longhouse. Okay, we have our longhouse, and then because I used to encounter this question. Okay, thrown by the audience. Okay, in the registration form there. I saw that they're asking like, what is the research center try to engage or implement in the research? This is what we have. If you use, just now I give you the QR code for our Longhouse project, is it VR or Iban Longhouse? You know that we got that Longhouse as a content. Now we want to find another solution for us to cut out as an augmented reality content. So this is how we try to achieve by using a very low poly and also by using without any texture. And we only use a shader so that we can see how we try to register the accuracy of the 3D registration, means the XYZ on top of the surface. Okay, so this is one of the outcome we are trying to cut out from our previous project, our VR project. Now we embark to our AR project. You still remember the chart I shared with you? It's not a chart, the diagram. Okay, the VR, the AR. Then soon we are talking, starting from this year, we're talking about the MR. So meaning to say we can interact with this house. We can remove the rooftop. Yeah. So then we can see whatever content inside there. We can remove the staircase. So this is the MR technology. But now we are talking about the AR technology. We also have another one. We are trying to test it in front of our campus, behind our campus last time. We are trying to put it on top of the floor, and then we want to see how it appeared. We want to study the entire setting, because of the most important thing for AR is you must have XYZ. Then you can go around to see this particular house. You cannot just let it static there. So there's another challenge for us to try to get involved, and then we need to look into this from time to time. Yeah. Okay, so we also have a potential collaborator from like Medan. Okay, they have all this technology. We call it immersive technology, like for example, AR, VR, head-mounted display integration. Okay, HMD is head-mounted display. Yeah? Okay, then they also have a CAP2. Also be able for people to do the collaborative study and collaborative learning and sharing. So this is one of the collaborators that we hope we are engaged with in future. Yeah. And then let me share with you the other collaborator which in future that we hope that we can engage with is from MedGuess. So this is the product that they have now at this moment. So we hope that one day we can have that hardware for us to support our new outcome in future. We have a look.
Ted, the proposal is done. I'll send it over to you.
Hey, great.
Okay, so I think this was the sharing for today. Okay, so the full.
Yes.
Yeah, the full. Okay.
All right.
So that's all the slide that I have for today. The sharing for today. Maybe we can open up for the Q&A.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your sharing, Dr. Aloysius. So okay. So maybe we can go for the question. I do see a few questions in the chat box. All right, one by one. Okay, first of all, Dr. Aloysius, for this augmented reality, right? Do it require a high cost to, to come up this augmented reality program, or, especially when we want to involve in education, all right, and will it being a cost, all right, to the education provider?
Oh, okay. Okay. So, the question is about. Let me join.
Yeah, you may go up. Yeah, because the question. The first question is about the cost required.
The cost, the cost here. Oh, okay, educator. Okay. Some Ying, is it? Okay. Thanks for the question. Thanks for Mr. Fu, Dr. Fu. Okay. Let me see. The cost for educators is like this. Okay. We need to look into. They got two different aspects. We need to look into this. One is there's a free apps. There's a free apps. There's a free apps for you to use. Like for example, just like I told you, the Prepar and Laya, which I'm engaged with, and Augmented, and the Augment also is the one I'm engaged with. Okay, that one because our center we are creating our own content. Okay, if you are not trying to create your own content, you can use the existing apps. Okay, the existing apps has some library for you to use. And then yeah, for sure you cannot have like your own. You are not so free to explore because they already provide you some of the content, some of the items that you only can use whatever they provide you, and only like specific or premium item then maybe you need to purchase. So for me, that one is for you as an end user. If you are the end user or you want to consume the content, yeah. So if you want to develop as an educator, you want to develop, okay, first thing you need to think about it is your hardware and the software. Yeah. So when you want to think about the software, you need to have your Unity. Okay, you need to have a Unity engine. Unity engine actually you can get it for like personal use. Personal use. Okay, there's a free for you to use. You can register for Unity free. Okay, and then yeah, then from there you can try to engage. You try to install the other things we call the Vuforia. Okay, then we have these two. Then you will be able to develop your own content. Yeah. Then after that only you talk about the hardware. And basically nowadays everybody you have your smartphone. So you can output by using, you can generate your AR content by using your smartphone. Yeah. So for me, to develop is quite costly. Yeah. But to use is not so costly. This is my answer actually. So because of that question is about cost for educators, is it? So I just assume that he's talking about consume or you talk about develop. So I just give two answers so that if they want to know more, maybe they can, because I already give them my QR code, they can write to me, then I will explain more to them if they are interested. Okay, Dr.
All right, that's good, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe we can go for
Yeah.
next question. What are the factors that the VR education adoption in Malaysia are still far behind compared to other countries such as China and US?
Oh, that's a good one. This is a good question. Thanks, Xuan Qing. Okay, let me share with you. Okay, when we talk about extended reality, when we talk about VR, AR, and MR, yeah, a lot of people they will feel like, oh, maybe our side here is not compatible with the people from US or from China. Okay, let me share with you one thing. Yeah, in virtual environment, okay, everybody is equal. Okay, everybody is equal. I can tell you that our content in our country, okay, people appreciate it a lot. Like for example, we have been invited to become a keynote speaker to share about our technology, our exploration in China. Okay, because China is very good in all this. I can tell you, China is very good in AR. Like the one of the video I share with you. Okay, one of the video I share with you. There's of Xi'an University. There are Xi'an Museum, one of the museum. They are trying to apply AR very nicely. I can tell you. You used to visit the Forbidden City before the pandemic. You used to visit. They also applied this AR technology. I can tell you. Nobody, for me, their technology is very, very in front of everybody. But because our center is mostly we talk about the content, we develop the content, and the hardware is everywhere now. The hardware is not hard for us to find. You can find a very, very reasonable one, and also you can find a very expensive one. Yeah. So for me, for me, I won't say that whether we are far behind or what. It's very importantly is how we applied it, how we implemented it. The only challenge for us, okay, is what I call as a generation gap. Okay, the only challenge for us is generation gap, because a lot of people they still cannot accept something virtual. Okay, they still cannot accept it, even though now we already do remote learning and teaching for I think like more than 1 year something. Okay, but still got people that cannot accept the virtual environment. So that is our challenge. But let me share with you guys one thing. Okay, virtual reality is for not virtual reality. The immersive technology is for future. That's why whatever now those people they need to learn how to operate it. They cannot deny it because this is the future devices. This is the future technology that they will help us for our young generation for the learning and also for their collaborative and also experimental learning experience. Yeah. So that is my answer for Xuan Qing. So Dr. Fu, maybe you can go for another one.
Okay, thank you. So I think any recommendation for the AR platform for the students, especially for primary school?
Okay. For that, let me see. For the platform, is it for them to use? You can just go to the store, like the Google Store, okay. And then you just go there, the Play Store. Just go to the Play Store. You just type AR app, You just type AR app, okay, in the Play Store. Then you can see a lot. Okay, so because of everybody, they must understand. For me, I'll always share with my members and also my students that when you want to engage with all this immersive technology, you must understand the theoretical part and also the practical part. So, but if you are just an end user, if you are just the user, I mean to say you just want to use it, so you just go to the Play Store, then you type AR app. Then there's a lot. I can tell you there's a lot, and then I can't even tell you how many inside there, because for me, every day I can see the new one. So then after that, you can explore by yourself which one is most suitable for your teaching, for your teaching and for your learning and also teaching practice. Because I cannot recommend one. Right? For example, I'm using Blipa and also I'm using Laya, and some of our members will use Vuforia. That one maybe sometimes too advanced for the teachers in primary school level. So for me, it's better for them to go around in the Play Store to browse through, then see what they can get. And then the using process is very simple only. If you go to Play Store, the UI is very simple only. Okay. Wonderful. Okay.
All right.
Wonderful. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go for another question. All right, from Zhixian. He asks about the Unity and Vuforia tools. Is it able to produce the AR software or any other tools to be recommended?
Okay, so far, like what we try to engage with is Unity and Vuforia, and my part also I use Vipa and Laya. Okay, Vipa and Laya. Okay, so this is the apps, also the development platform we are trying to use at this moment. Unity, because of we are from game department, so Unity is our engine for us to use. Even though we have Unreal, we have Game Maker, but we are using Unity because Unity can work very closely with Vuforia for us to produce the AR content. For us to be able to use by using mobile devices to project it. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Everyone done.
All right.
You got one question on top of Jixian. Is Xuan Qing another question?
Oh, Xuan Qing, yeah. No, I think she just want to know how long did you make for the Langkawi, the Iban Longhouse, that VR?
Oh, Xuan Qing. Okay, you used to see the slide at the beginning I shared. We started this journey since 2013. Yeah, for the Longhouse, Iban Longhouse. And still going now, still ongoing. The project still ongoing. Now we already apply AI inside. Yeah. If you used to follow, that's why you had to follow KLESF, yeah, the website. Then sometimes you can see I'll cut out to present something new about our Longhouse. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, Xuan Qing. Okay, done.
Another question from Yong Ming Wei. Which SDK would you recommend to develop a location-based AR?
Location-based. Yong Ming Wei. Yong Ming Wei. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Like what I mentioned, we are using for location-based. You can use either Vuforia, because of when you try to do education-based, it depends on your sensor, your phone sensor. So to develop the content, you still need to go back to Unity and Vuforia. Yeah. Okay.
All right. And then Tan Xuan Qing, how common is the XR technology adoption? Okay, industrial in Malaysia.
Okay. Xuan Qing, this is also one of the very interesting question that because XR technology at this moment, that's why our center had to play a role at this moment to go around to share with people what is inside XR technology. Because in the market, in the practice, in the normal practice, a lot of people still they cannot understand between VR, AR, and also like MR. So it's very hard for them to engage with this XR technology if they cannot understand that. For development side, actually, we are very clear what we are doing. We are very clear what we are doing. But for the end user, for example, end user, sometimes they cannot differentiate between VR and AR. So it's our responsibility as a research center, and also one of our cluster. We always go around for the public social awareness campaign, that we need to share a lot, like what I share with you guys. Okay, like what I share with you guys. This is what we need to do. So that only after that I can give you the answer about how is the adoption. And then the only adoption I know in Malaysia is more to automobile. Okay, those country and those industry, they will have that budget for them to engage with. Okay, they can engage with this XR technology because they are the Europe country. That particular industry is from Europe. That company is from Europe, so they have that budget for them to engage with XR technology. Because like just now, there's one question about the AR technology, how costly. Yeah? Okay, if you talk about AR, VR together, you plus MR together, then now you are talking about SR. It's something is very, very costly, at this moment to put everything together. That's why in our research center we are trying to speed out to explore and develop stages by stages before we can finish the whole cycle. Yeah. Thanks, Xuan Qing. Back to you, Dr. Fu.
All right, thank you very much. I think, if not mistaken, that's all for the. Oh, all right. There is another two questions from So Yong. All right. When it comes to tools, technique, and technology in VR, AR, and etc., you need to have another session specific for this.
Oh, this is a suggestion talk for future webinar, Dr. Fu.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then, do we need to have a programming or coding basic knowledge when learning VR?
Oh, for Fu Xuan, yes, Fu Xuan, yeah. For Fu Xuan, now you're talking about development, design and development. Okay, so this is what I need to share with Fu Xuan. This is a very good question. Okay, because he's asking, do we need to have a programming and coding basic knowledge when learning VR? Yeah. Okay. Fu Xuan, what you can see, if you just you only scan that QR code for the Longhouse, there's an AI going on. Okay, there's an AI going on. So once the AI going on, mean to say there's a programming and also coding. There must be inside there. So you must remember, when you develop something for all the immersive technology content, you need to have creativity, and also you need to have the design team, and also you need to have the development team. These two must be together. Okay? These two must be together. Only by then you can create something related to immersive technology, either VR, AR, or MR. Okay, so you need to have these two, and then it's the best that both of these two clusters, they know each other very well. Mean to say, the design team, they can understand programming, they can understand basic programming, and then the development parts, they can understand the design parts. Okay, mean to say all the design. Okay, from the pre-production until the post-production, they can understand. Okay, both sides, they know each other very well. Then after that, only you can produce the content for AR, VR, AR, and also like MR. For like our study in UTAR for game study, this is what we are doing. The game study student need to do programming, basic programming. The programming student, they need to study all the arts and also the creativity, content development, and the design development parts. So this is what we have. Yeah. So okay, back to you, Dr. Fu.
All right. I think that's all from the participants. Okay, Dr. Aloysius.
Yeah.
We have went through this a lot of questions about very technical questions. I do have one question.
Okay.
Maybe you can share with us. You see about this AR, VR, this augmented reality.
Yep.
When we apply it to primary schools as well as preschool, will it give a negative impact to the kids? When we let the young kids to get involved or use this kind of tools in their learning.
Yep.
Will it affect them?
Oh, okay. Thanks, Dr. Fu. Thanks, Dr. Fu. This is a very good question also, Dr. Fu. I know there's a lot of not only you and also others members also they are try to ask me a lot about this when I go around, and then they also try to share with me email or whatever, try to get more information about this. Okay. When we engage with extended reality, okay, now we are talking about the extended reality, yeah, Dr. Fu. Because of now we combine everything, then we talk about extended reality because of only extended reality can help us to enhance the collaborative and also experimental study experience. Okay, so the most important part is the lecturer or the teacher themselves. Okay, they must get ready. You know, they themselves must get ready. That's why I used to share with you before this. I told you there's a generation gap. You know, there's a generation gap. Whoever student we have now, okay, in primary school or secondary school or before them, mean to say that starting from the Y, Z, and millennial, okay, all these students, all these kids, and all these children, okay, they're already very familiar with the mobile devices. So now, what is the purpose? Now, what is the function as a facilitator like us, like the teacher and also the lecturer, okay? For example, okay, now the full you are talking about the primary school, is it? Yeah. Okay, for primary school as a teacher, they need to prepare themselves. They need to prepare themselves. Mean to say, they need to be familiarized with whatever. That's how I share with you all the VR and the AR and also the MR. Then from there only you can understand what is the benefit they can bring to your student. You know, because why I tell you guys about the generation gap. If you guys have technophobia or cyberphobia, these two phobia will cause everything down. You know, will close everything down. Okay, they'll pull down everything. If there's a technophobia and cyberphobia together, whatever I share with you today is, I can tell you, is seriously they cannot take it. These people they cannot take this technology at all. It's very hard. If they cannot take it, mean to say the student cannot enjoy the benefit from the immersive technology, especially whatever they can get from the XR. Okay. That's why I always said, okay, it's our journey. It's our journey to make. Like I always tell my team, the AR VR team 1 and 2, I always tell them that is our journey for us to try our best to reach as much as we can to share with them how important is this technology. Because why I tell you guys, if you have a technophobia and also like cyberphobia, you cannot help at all. You cannot help at all. You know, this is very, very important. That's why we hope that in future we can provide more training and also more workshop and more webinar to give more information to the potential educator. Either they are from the primary school or secondary school or from tertiary, okay, practice. So we hope we can share more so that we can make themselves to ready to accept this technology. Especially we call it immersive technology, but in the industry, in the market, in outside there, they talk about SR. Now SR is a keyword, you know. Now SR is a keyword in every industry, especially in the countries that some people mentioned, the China and also in Europe and US, in Japan. This is a very big word. But in Malaysia, our people still cannot differentiate between the three, the VR, AR, and also the MR. That's why I hope today, this webinar, you guys know how to differentiate between holographic and also AR. Remember one thing, holographic is inside AR. Okay, holographic is just a part of AR. And AR, there's a lot of things inside there. There's a lot. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Dr. one last question from Sham Yu Ying. All right. So, if for children to start to learn about this, about the knowledge about the AR and VR, so what are the recommended coding course that they should learn first? I mean, as a beginner.
You mean for development, is it?
For the startup to learn about, for the kids to learn
for
about
the kids.
this, to learn about
Okay.
this AR and AR VR.
For kids means that preschool or like secondary school, the age.
I think it's I think it's primary school. I think.
Yeah, okay.
Because the question didn't mention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Before that, before I answer this question, Dr. Fu, I can see a lot of discussion at the chat there. Okay, everybody they're asking about what is the language we are using to prepare to present ours. Okay, it's C#. Because I can see a lot of people they have a lot of discussion there. So it's better I just clarify it. We are using C#. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. for that's how to prepare the young student from primary school, isn't it? Okay. What we have to do is you let them explore. You let them explore. You let them explore the apps. You know, the first step is you let them explore the apps. You don't have to teach them how to use the devices. They know how to use it. They know how to use that devices more better than everybody. Okay, I can tell you. Okay, but now what is the job is to facilitate them how to use the device. You know, how to use the mobile device. Either it's an iPad or tab or your smartphone. Okay, so you facilitate them. Mean to say you ask them to install the apps. Ask them to install the AR apps at the Play Store. Then together be with them to explore it together. That's how we call collaborative. Okay, then experimental. You experiment it together with your kids. Don't let them explore by themselves. Once you let them explore by themselves, I can tell you, then they'll become a negative impact. Okay, then they'll have the negative impact. So what I would like to share with you all is use it together with your children. Okay, use it together with your student. Let your student explore the device. Let the student explore the system. Let them understand. Let them understand what's the difference between what is the difference between all these particular apps. Let them decide which one is more better for them. Because for me, what I always share with my members and my students, the way how I try to guide them in my study, okay, is that I will invite a lot of opinion, a lot of like suggestion from them. Then what is the most suitable way for them to have fun with me so that they can learn something from my class? You know, so this is that's why I said we need to have a very, very clear mind that when you engage with immersive technology, especially XR, okay, SR, okay, extended reality, either it's VR or AR or the MR, okay, you need to have the open practice. Mean to say you need to let them handle the thing by themselves. You know, then after that you guide them, you facilitate them. For example, you use you try to use your textbook or whatever, your reference book or whatever. You try to find the apps which is related to your reference book. Then by using that to let them explore, You know, I know a lot of parents they went to the bookstore to get all those books with the AR function, especially the dinosaur study. Okay, about the dinosaur one, I can see a lot. Okay, but when I try to do is they let the children themselves there and without be with them. That's why we need to have the understanding of collaborative and experimental learning experience together between the parents and also the children, or between the educator and also the student. So this is the practice they need to bear in mind. It's no longer our traditional or conventional way of learning and teaching. It's totally the new way of learning and teaching. You must remember it's a collaborative and experimental learning and teaching experience. Okay, wonderful.
All right. Thank you.
Question from there?
Thank you very much. All right. I think we come to the end of the talk. Yeah. All right. So thank you very much, Dr. Aloysius, for your sharing today. Yeah. It's very fruitful. And a gentle reminder to all the participants, please fill up the form after the webinar. The sign out form was posted in the chat box as well. Feedback form as well. So your response are very important in helping us to assess the effectiveness of the webinar. All right. So if you would like to know more about the KLESF virtual event, okay, you may like the Facebook page. Okay, the KLESF Kuala Lumpur Engineering Science Fair. All right. So KLESF will update the coming virtual event. All right. So that's all. So
Dr. Fu.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody.
There should be group photo section.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay, nearly forget. Okay. Dear participants, maybe you can on your camera. We shall have a group photo. Yeah. Right. Miss Lee, you will take the photo, is it?
Yeah, I can print screen, but I think need to stop sharing first, is it?
Stop sharing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You mean the recording, is it? Or?
I think it's the screen.
Oh, Dr. Fu, I would like to say thanks and welcome to Mr. Lau, Mr. Lau, because he's from UK, you know.
Oh,
He's
all
one
right.
of my very, very old friends. Thanks, Lau. Thanks for coming, Lau. Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you so much for
okay.
attending. All right, Dr. Aloysius, I think you have to off the sharing, is it? Then only we can do the. All right, Miss Lee. Okay, ready?
You
Miss
ready?
Lee, are you ready?
We will take a few shots, okay?
All right, so 1, 2, 3, smile. Done. Miss Lee. Is it done?
Okay, done.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your time, Aloysius, as well as all the participants. Thank you very much. All right. So hope you see you all again. All right. Bye bye.